Welcome to episode 6. Now I have a visitor for this episode. Yes. And in episode 6 what we're going to look at is take the query from episode 5, and what we'll do is we'll persist it as a view. Now a view, what it is it's a way of protecting information. It's a way of protecting the underlying table. It's also a way of persisting a query. So let's say you have a query that's used by multiple areas of the business. Let's say you are deriving certain logic and you want to persist that logic. A view is a really good way of doing that and sharing it with other people. It will also return the latest records. So let's switch to SQL Server Management Studio and do. Let's take a look. Okay, here we are in SQL Server Management Studio. So if we take a look at the query that I left you with in episode 5, so we were having a look at the count of addresses per city, where the addresses for each city was greater than 10, and then ordering by the count of addresses descending. And I think it gave us London to Chicago. So let's run this, and we've got London to Chicago. Okay, now what we want to do is we actually want to store this query, and the way of storing this query is by creating a view. And how we do this is use create view. Person is the schema that we're going to use, and we're going to use number of addresses per city, and then we need to use as. And what that is saying is create a view called person.number of addresses per city as, and then after the as is where you write your query. Okay. And at the end of a query, what I like to do is close it off with a semicolon. Okay, so now let's run this, and it's going to fail. The order by clause is invalid in views, inline functions, derived tables, subqueries, and common table expressions, unless top, offset, or 4XML is used. So that's the error that you get. And how we resolve this is simply by removing that. So let's run this again, and the command has completed successfully. So now what we want to do is open a new query window, and what we want to do is test the view. Test the view that it actually meets our expectation. We should be able to return all the records, and if we add an order by to the view, we should be able to see London down to Chicago. And that's how we will have tested the view. We should return 234 records, and it should return the results London to Chicago. So let's run a new query. And let's select, and then from person dot number of addresses per city. Okay, and let's run that. So we have got 234 records and order by count of addresses. There we go, count of addresses. But we want London at the top, so we are going to have to use descending or descending. And let's run this. So we've got 234 records, and we've got from London to Chicago. Okay, so that is it. That is it for episode 6. Now in episode 7, what we're going to look at is how you join different tables together. So thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of it, and I'll see you in episode 7.